All right. Well, we're going to have one more problem just doing a single notation, kind of once again reviewing how to write single notation or write a series using single notation and how to graph or use a graphing utility or your calculator to find the sum. So we have a series right here. So the first thing is we're going to use single notation. We see that we're adding different values. Okay. So the key thing is we want to figure out what we're going to use for our index. So I'm going to use n. I know we've been using I and you can use whatever variable, but I use n because that's what's commonly used for functions, or for sequences, that is. And now we're going to figure out what our nth term is. Okay, so we want to figure out what a sub n is. So we can write that into our little box right here, all right, our nth term. So if you look at this, we have to figure this out. Now this is not geometric or arithmetic or anything like that, but you can see that we have 1 as a common number on top, and we have 3, and the thing that is changing right here is our first term, because we're really kind of looking and saying, okay, how is our different values changing? And I don't know what that is yet, but we probably can figure it out. But it appears that we're taking 3 times whatever our n value is. Now that's kind of important, because then we can take that, and I believe that is our equation, all right? And we can plug that 1 over 3 to the n right there. And then what I can have next is I can see that my first term is actually 1. And then my upper limit, well, it appears that that's going to be my 9th term. So what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be adding term 1 to term 9 of this sequence. So from here, we're going to go over here and take our calculators, and we're going to use our single notation to help us figure this out. So we go to alpha there. I'm going to take my sum. Actually, let me clear all this stuff out first. There we go, make it a little nicer. All right, I had some other stuff from my previous lessons in there. So we're going to take this, we're going to have x, and we're going to go from the first term up to the 9th term, and we're going to have 1 divided by, put in the quantity, make sure you put in the quantity, 3x. If you do not put in the quantity like that, you're going to get some messed up answers right there. And we're going to close that parentheses right there. And so now what we have is we're taking 1 divided by 3 over, or 1 over 3 times x. Okay, we press enter, and we get our final answer, which is crazy, crazy, crazy. All right, which is going to be 7,129 over 7,560. All right, and that's our fraction. All right, so there we have it. Once again, we just use single notation, all right, to write out the sum of, or representing a series, because that's what single notation is used for, representing a series, or the sum of a sequence, and we used our calculator to help us find that sum instead of just going through and adding each one of those individual terms together. All right, so I hope that helps out. That was a quick little tutorial of how to write out single notation and find the sum using a calculator again.